ranking late night show hosts only by their interactions with BTS. They've appeared on a lot of late night shows. It's always a lot of fun and sometimes gives us funny moments since, of course, it's in English. The show's in English, so sometimes the members are there talking English, but I'm pretty sure I've seen most of their appearances online on YouTube. And in my opinion, I always remember Jimmy Fallon. And I guess the members like Jimmy Fallon too, since they're always visiting him for their solo promotions. But yeah, let's see what this video says about the rest.
I'm not a late show host person, but I am definitely a BTS person. So I thought it could be fun to judge these late night show hosts only by their interactions with BTS.
So
I don't really know much about them outside of these interactions, so this won't be a fair ranking. This is just for fun.
Explain what hooked up means, come on.
Not a late night show host, but I want to put Ellen as an honorable mention for last place because she made weird questions and prioritized her jokes instead of making BTS comfortable. The guys didn't go back to her show for a reason, and that's all I'm going to say.
BTS is very, very popular.
Wasn't she the one who asked if they like have hooked up with their fans? Or maybe it wasn't her, but I remember someone asked them that, and it was kind of weird.
And we want to have some fun with that.
And the actual last place is Jimmy Kimmel. When BTS went to his show in 2017, there wasn't any direct interaction. They only had a mini concert outside the studio. Now, I don't really know Jimmy Kimmel, but judging him only by his interactions with BTS, I can say I don't like him. First,
so he didn't even interact with them?
I didn't love that prank he made where he had the mothers of fans meet BTS. It could have been a harmless prank, but Jimmy kept asking if they were jealous of their mothers.
Wait till you find out how mad the daughters were.
Wait a minute. Yo, that's kind of mean. I mean, yeah. Like, imagine suddenly you get a call from your mom and she's with BTS. You're going to be like, what the hell? Yo, why didn't they invite me?
He kept asking if they were jealous of their mothers.
Wait till you find out how mad the daughters were.
If they smelled them to see if they smell like BTS.
And are you smelling her to see if they rubbed any BTS?
And kept mentioning how unlucky their daughters are compared to their mothers.
You're almost as lucky as your daughter is unlucky for not meeting them.
When he put them in that situation in the first place.
This is supposed to be a BTS segment. Why he just talking shit on the fans? Oh, you wish you could meet BTS like your mom, huh?
And of course,
that is kind of weird.
First, he joked about ARMY being so excited that they will kill BTS if they go outside.
We were going to send the band outside to the audience, but at least 100 people would be killed if we did that, so...
Then he makes fun of the name by saying...
Maybe that was a joke about how there's a lot of ARMY, so usually when BTS someplace, like, there's always big crowds. I don't know.
It sounds like BTO.
When I was a kid, we had BTO. It was a different thing.
And the disease, IBS.
And it's nothing like IBS, right? It's a medical condition.
And then in 2021, he made a whole joke about how boy bands in general were like the coronavirus that mutates with time, and that BTS was the last and worst mutation.
And it popped up all over the world until eventually we get to one that's so contagious it destroys all life on Earth.
So weird. And I feel like the guys maybe were uncomfortable since 2017 because they didn't go back to the show ever since.
Leper Boy Scout in Korean.
Oh, that's what that is. Yeah. I'm no wiser.
Number 5 is Graham Norton from the UK. BTS said that their experience there wasn't the best because Jungkook couldn't dance because of an injury in his foot.
Stitches in my hair.
Stitches. And Jimmy couldn't be there at all because he was sick.
Got seized up before the
rehearsals. 2 members out.
They were down to 5. However, this is not Graham Norton's fault. He was actually not that bad, but he's number 5 because I didn't see much effort to connect with the members.
You can't beat Jimin today. He's got angry. I'm scared.
No, Jimin!
The other celebrities went along with the jokes more than the host.
No Jimin for today.
I think it's just because Graham Norton maybe doesn't know much about BTS, so when you don't know much, maybe you kind of feel a bit awkward or don't know what to say.
Looking for a new member.
But he was okay. He kept mentioning that he couldn't believe their impact.
I don't mean any disrespect, but there are people of a certain age who don't know BTS. So just in case you are thinking I'm making this up.
But was respectful in general, so that's that.
Please welcome BTS!
The first time BTS went to the James Corden show was in 2017. And here...
I mean, they've played a couple like fun games on the James Corden show. And those videos are pretty cool.
James said,
We absolutely love
love you at this show.
Which is funny because that was the first time they were on the show, but whatever. What do I know? It was just a generic thing to say, I guess. At the show, what I remember thinking was that James seemed very charismatic and nice. And I like how he started this tradition.
Subscribe this YouTube channel. And what else should they do? 이 유튜브 채널 많이 구독해주세요. 구독해주세요.
In this same episode, they
Alright,
played Flynn.
I think James Corden, like, they revealed some bad things about him. But if I ignore that, I think his videos with BTS were pretty fun.
And it was a very fun game. I remember thinking that the way he laughed was so funny. And I like that he high-fived them. And if they said something, he would play along and continue with the interaction, even if they were accidentally interrupting him.
Yeah, I like the videos.
I gotta say, James. Go on.
He always brought the attention back to them. They also sang DNA, and James tweeted about it in his personal account. There are no official videos from their participation in 2018, but they were only welcome and sang Fake Love. The 2020 episode was probably my favorite episode in this show. The introduction was just so funny.
Connecting the world. Oh, sorry, what's... Oh, really? Oh, my God. Seriously? He's fine, he just feels under the weather. No, we can't just have 6 of them out here. No, they should just leave and we'll just... Thank you, okay. BTS are on the show!
Here they were interviewed for the first time in this show. The guys were great as always, and James was okay. I like his questions about what they do when they forget a dance move, and their was pretty much the same. He recognized the support from armies, and in the end he accidentally interrupted Jimmy.
We love that, what a beautiful message. BTS
Wait, interrupted Jimmy?
Accidentally interrupted Jimmy.
We love that,
Oh,
what a
Jimmy.
beautiful message. BTS are performing.
Wait,
He accidentally interrupted Jimmy.
We love that, what a beautiful message. BTS are
is the clip in here? I'm looking at him interrupting my boy Jimin Fan.
performing here.
Accidentally interrupted Jimmy.
We love that, what a beautiful message. BTS are performing here.
But it's okay. He was nice to them. It looked like RM thanked him or said something nice to him because James hugged him. So this was definitely a nice interaction. I love the game of hide and seek with the guys in Ashton
the hide
Kutcher.
and
When
seek
James
game.
said,
Get out of the way, Susan.
I lost it. I also thought it was cute how he held their hands, and I also noticed that he kept calling Jimmy Jamin,
Jamin on the go. Jamin, you're there.
even though he said Jimin correctly before.
Jamin.
So I'm sure he just didn't know their names by then, but it's fine, I guess. Also, Ashton Kutcher was funnier than James, but that's just my opinion. Weeks after, they released the iconic Carpool Karaoke. This was one of the best segments BTS had in a late
This video has like a huge amount of views, right?
night show.
insane.
James let them shine, was nice to them, and always wanted to include the 7 of them.
Do you know the Friends theme tune? Yeah, of course. Who else in the car? Hang on, who in the car knows the theme tune to Friends?
I like that even though he didn't know Korean, he will still sing the English parts of the songs. This video was so iconic that he even got the Papamochi nickname. There were the regular jokes that everyone makes.
I will quit
Oh, it
this
was from
job
this?
in a heartbeat to join BTS.
He let them shine, and I like the dancing part. So in general, he was okay. Then during quarantine, the guys had a little 1-minute interview and
Damn,
performed
they-
Boy With Love. But
they've
there
done a
isn't
lot with
much
James
to say
Corden.
about James. Later that year, James interviews them about the Grammys and their album B. It was all going well until Jimmy asked,
파보모치 들어봤어요 우리 앨범?
and he said,
Are you kidding?
Oh.
I've had Dynamite
Yeah, he talked about Dynamite. And then I remember what Jimmy said.
on repeat
I
in
remember
my
it.
car.
Jimmy noticed that he actually didn't, so he said, when you listen, you will know that the album is about the pandemic. But anyways, the last interaction was cute.
I mean, yeah, I remember the scene. But I feel like most people don't even read the lyrics of songs, you know? Like, how many people who say they listen to BTS actually, you know, sometimes take the time to look at the translation, you know, read the lyrics, think about what they mean. I feel like most don't. And James Corden, who's a talk show host and meets many celebrities, I mean, I doubt he's over here using his time to read like BTS lyrics. So
but only because it's Jimin. Then they perform Life Goes On and Dynamite from Korea. Before 2021, everything seemed okay in general. In my opinion, his praises and comments for BTS seemed a little basic and superficial. However, in 2021, he made that dumb joke about BTS speech and performance in the UN Assembly. What he said specifically was that world leaders had no choice but to take BTS seriously, and that it was a historic moment because 15-year-olds were wishing to be there, meaning that armies are all 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, I remember this. All right, so maybe this is why James Corden is number 4 right here, but yeah, this was a harsh, messed up comment. And well, at least the members did go back, and it seems like they kind of made up, right?
What some people don't understand is that we are actually extremely used to these kind of comments and jokes. When this happens, we usually say how boring and repetitive these jokes are and move on. But it was not like that with James Corden for a reason, and it's because he was one of the few who actually treated the guys nicely. He kept repeating how he loves them, and he kept inviting them to his show.
Oh, I see. Yeah, when the video was talking about the James Corden interaction, I was like, oh wow, this James Corden seems like he was pretty cool with BTS. Why is he like in the middle of the list number 4? It feels like he should be higher. But this is why.
This joke by saying that a lot of people write these jokes, not only him. But I personally don't care. It's not about the joke. You can think it was harmless. It's about how he, who happily accepted the crown for the nicest army late show host, ruined this nice relationship with us because of this dumb joke. And maybe if he apologized, things wouldn't have gotten worse. But of course he didn't. A couple of months later, James interviewed them, and even though he tried to avoid it, RM ignored his initial basic question and called him out. And I just have to say,
this.
The panic in James' eyes is just exquisite. His voice trembles and his answer is just so bad. He doesn't apologize, he just laughs about it.
Such a relief to get away.
He, of course, makes it even worse by playing the victim.
Someone's just told me that they hope I die today.
Which is ridiculous because number 1, this is the internet and everyone receives those comments by trolls. And number 2, he doesn't address the real reason why armies are upset. He just keeps joking about it. RM accepted his non-apology to clear the air, even though James responds,
Appreciate your apology.
I also think it's very funny how
even James was saying like, he was about to say it wasn't an apology.
Response.
Wow. Appreciate your apology.
I also think it's very funny how he asks,
am I still Papa Mochi? Yeah. Baby Mochi, am I still Papa Mochi?
Yo, Jimin was hesitating there for a second. He was like, I'm sure Jimin would have liked to say like, nah, you ruined it, man. You're not Papa Mochi anymore. But, I mean, it was live TV. And for the millions, he probably just felt the need to have to say yes.
Very funny how he asks,
am I still Papa Mochi? Baby Mochi, am I still Papa Mochi?
And nobody answered and he got nervous. The rest of the interview was okay, mainly because of BTS. Later, they performed PTD and there was the weirdest auto-tune I have ever heard in a BTS performance. I don't want to say they did it on purpose, but it was definitely weird, especially when this has never happened in any other BTS performance. In a positive note, weeks later, the concert in the crosswalk was released and I loved it so much. I love how the language barrier was not an opportunity to put BTS in an uncomfortable position. Instead, they made James the butt of the joke by using that running joke about the guys making fun of James in Korean and him not understanding anything. James was funny, BTS was funny, everything was scripted,
I liked
but still it was a nice interaction. And then the show aired the butter performance, and again there was something weird with the audio. And if you say I should blame the production and not James, then you are right, but it still doesn't sit right with me, especially when they had weeks to fix it. In general, the guys seemed comfortable with James Corden, which is nice. They forgave him and I always trust BTS first. But personally, after everything that happened, I don't trust or care about James Corden. At least not enough to call him Papa Mochi or whatever he wants to be called. Also, his damn show blocked my last...
Yeah, you know, maybe James Corden ain't the good person, but at least he has given us lots of legendary videos with BTS.
Video twice, so I don't like him for that.
I decided to take my remuneration in moments with BTS.
BTS never actually went to the Trevor Noah show because I believe the Daily Show is more about news and politics than pop culture. But they had a few interactions when Trevor Noah hosted the Grammys.
Oh yeah.
It was nice in general. The jokes were usually about how big BTS is as a group, and some people found his joke about Squid Games repetitive.
Canada.
Aaron's response was perfect.
What are we gonna do?
So I don't think it's that big of a deal. What
Yeah,
gave me
yeah.
a good impression
Also, like, I mean, he's a like, I guess, talk show host, and Squid Game was very, very huge. It still is, actually. So I guess making a Squid Game joke wasn't like out of the ordinary.
of Trevor Noah was his genuine comments after the Grammys in his own show. He said that BTS were so dedicated and talented,
They're so good and efficient at what they do. Like,
and he made a joke about BTS being better than the boy bands in his day.
I was watching them, and I'm not even trying to throw shade or anything, but I was like, man, NSYNC, they got away with shit. Like, think of like the boy bands I grew up with, and it was just like, I was like, I'm like, damn, it's a...
And it was so refreshing to see BTS being part of a joke, but not the subject of the joke, for once. Compare this to Jimmy Kimmel's joke, for example. Both jokes were about boy bands, but Trevor Noah's joke was tasteful and, you know, not racist.
We get to one that's so contagious it destroys all life on Earth.
They're known by
Yeah,
their
I remember
nicknames.
that.
The cute one, the cute one,
Oh,
the cute one, the cute one, the cute one, the cute one, and I'm sorry, a little help?
In 2019, the Stephen Colbert Show invited BTS to recreate the historic moment when the Beatles made their US TV debut at the Ed Sullivan Show. Stephen Colbert acted like Ed Sullivan, and BTS resembled the Beatles. Apart from this sketch, they performed Boy With Love,
What?
had an interview,
Wait,
and
what?
performed
I've never seen this. Stephen Colbert?
the Beatles. Apart from this sketch, they performed Boy With Love, had an interview, and performed Make It Right. During the interview, Stephen introduces them as his close personal friends.
Please welcome my close personal friends, BTS.
And then RM does this. In general, Stephen seems more respectful and nice than funny, but he has some good moments. Then, in 2021, BTS made a hand gesture sketch and performed Butter. Even though the sketch was completely in English, and I prefer the sketches where they can comfortably talk in Korean, it was not bad at all. Steven and BTS did not have any direct interaction, but Steven's introduction did not include any bad jokes, and that is the main reason why he's so high in this list. He hasn't said anything wrong. He's always been respectful, and he gave them the opportunity to have a very nice sketch in 2019.
I have not seen their appearance here. I need to go search this up afterwards.
the guys to be back in this show in person.
Oh,
Number one is
Jimmy Fallon.
In 2018,
it had to be Jimmy Fallon, right? He's always respectful. He always makes fun segments with the members.
BTS were invited to the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Here, they sang Idol and I'm Fine and were interviewed. During the interview, Jimmy was wearing the Jimmy headbands and an army bomb ring and joked about not picking favorites,
Jimmy, though.
but still choosing Jimmy. It was funny and cute,
This is
and
hilarious.
it looked like the guys were very comfortable talking to him. They also had a segment where they danced Fortnite dances, which
Oh,
was
yeah, I
one of
saw
the
this.
smartest decisions in these shows, because it would have been a little difficult for them to have a whole acting sketch in English, so a dancing challenge was easier for them because they are dancers. In 2020, BTS were invited to a special New York episode. First, they were interviewed in the New York City subway. I like that Jimmy's questions here were deeper than in other regular late night shows, and I like that he always had something to say about their answers. He continued the conversation at all times, even helping them with their answers.
Yeah, this was a nice interview.
I thought
What do you think of him?
he was amazing.
Unlike other interviews, Jimmy seemed genuinely interested and nice. They also had the Subway Olympics where they played a bunch of silly games and we got so many epic moments. Then they went to an iconic restaurant called Kat's Deli where they ate some sandwiches and then served these sandwiches. My favorite part was when the guys couldn't believe the size of the sandwiches and were asking for veggies.
American food.
But no veggies? No veggies. No, are you kidding me? No.
Finally, the boys performed the best performance the show has ever seen.
this
During quarantine,
performance
there
was
was the
insane.
BTS week, where the guys performed the 5 days of the week and were interviewed about performing at the Grammys, Dynamite getting them their first #1, their 7th anniversary, quarantine, their movie Break the Silence, the album B, their New York special, their charity work, their high school experience, and advice for young people pursuing an artistic career. As always, Jimmy seemed genuinely interested and gave meaningful compliments.
These guys are working hard. It was so impressive from working with you and seeing you work. Because you have great work ethic. You really are professional, but you're also very funny. You have a great sense of humor. And please don't ever lose that.
They also played the Dance Your Feelings game, and Jimmy definitely matched their energy.
Jimmy! My name's Jimmy! Jimmy!
And then they played the Zoom Olympics, and this was my favorite game. In 2021, they were interviewed once again. They talked about Butter, they recreated the A from the music video, they also talked about Permission to Dance, their debut, and my favorite part was the rumors segment. As always, Jimmy has innovative questions, he lets them talk and matches their energy, and of course, he jokes a lot. But his jokes are respectful and harmless.
Yeah,
then they perform PTD and Butter, and days later, they play another game called Will It Fit?
Tell me, will it fit? Where's it down?
Judging him only by these interactions, Jimmy seems like a charismatic and kind-hearted guy. He puts his guests first.
And he does seem like he enjoys the segments with BTS, and he actually likes the members.
He doesn't interrupt them to say dumb jokes. He's the only one who has interviewed them for more than 5 minutes and has asked them more complex questions. I think there's a ton of reasons why BTS always comes back to his show. And the main reason one is because they are comfortable. I don't think Jimmy has ever said any kind of dumb jokes about the guys, and I hope they are back to his show soon.
That's what I'm talking about.
So this video was from 3 years ago, but it just reinforced Jimmy Fallon as #1 now, because during their solo promotions, a lot of the members would go back to appear on the Jimmy Fallon show. So that means that they themselves like going there. And yeah, I always like the interviews that they have there. I always like the interviews with all the talk show hosts, even if they're not good. Just having BTS there is always great and fun to watch. And I'm sure the talk show hosts know they can't be like, too disrespectful or things like that, because they're always dealing with famous people and their fans, and you don't want to make the fans angry. So I am surprised about like whenever they make a dumb, rude joke towards BTS, because it's like, why would you think saying that is a good idea? But good thing most of the time things are fine when it comes to BTS appearing in talk shows. And I hope they continue to do so. Keep giving us more legendary videos with them. Anyways though, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.